First of all, I would like to thank you all for your participation in my project today. Communication is key in any relationship and is needed for successful relationships to flourish and grow. There are many different methods that can be used to make communication better. I have been in a long-term relationship now for several years, and our communication could definitely use some improving. I would like to speak to you today about the downfalls of bad communication in romantic relationships and how to make it better. Our textbook, Interplay, the Process of Interpersonal Communication, puts a big emphasis on listening, mindful listening, active listening, and the many other types, good and bad, that play a huge role in relationships. It also states that listening is the most frequent and important form of communication and is often considered a more valued skill than speaking. You need to be able to communicate well with the other person that you are the closest to, and listening is an important tool to have to make that possible. I chose this topic because of its importance and because it is something I struggle with. I thought it would be a good way to challenge myself and my relationship, and in the process improve our communication and our quality of life. I struggle the most with compromise. I always want to be right. Two people can't always have the same want and need, and it is important to stay connected as a couple. From the American Psychological Association, an article titled Happy Couples, How to Keep Your Relationship Healthy. Spending a few minutes each day discussing deeper, more personal things is a good way to stay connected. Also, according to the APA, talking openly and keeping it interesting helps to keep communication in a relationship healthy. Something else to remember is you should never be afraid to seek help. Therapy is always an option. An article from the website for West Virginia University entitled The Language of Love, Communication Skills for Couples states that active listening is a structured approach to effective communication that requires a listener to do three things. Focus attention on the speaker by maintaining good eye contact and body language, listen objectively, and rephrase the speaker's words for clarity and to show understanding. Using I statements is also important. For example, I understand you are feeling unhappy, or I'm hearing what you're saying. According to an article on loveisrespect.org entitled Healthy Relationships, Conflict Resolutions, setting boundaries is important. Also work on finding the real issue, compromise, and agreeing to disagree is a big way to help. You should also consider if the fight is worth it. You need to work together to find ways to stop arguing or to argue better. Now, how do I implement what I have learned and how to grow my relationship? On a semi-daily basis, now I check in with my partner and try to have deeper conversations than just how was your day. Keeping concerns to oneself can breed resentments. Anytime I have an issue, I try to address it immediately. I remember that conflict can also be productive. Arguments can be helpful. You need to get your frustrations out. It just needs to be done in a healthy way. I talked over the project and all the findings with my partner so he could actively participate and learn. The daily check-ins help to open the communication lines. Over time, our arguments would develop into conversations naturally. We make sure that we are always on the same page, that we respect and love each other, and we keep talking and listening to each other. In conclusion, communication is very important for the healthy growth of a romantic relationship. Fortunately, there are several methods to help you each grow your communication skills. We may never have perfect communication, but I hope we can always work to better it. Thank you.